Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Krishna. If you're new to the channel, welcome. In this video, we're going to take a look at drawing legs from the front view. And we're going to focus on ways that you can think about this, not with a lot of overly detailed anatomy, but just to get started, right? If you're struggling with drawing legs, maybe this video will help you out. So we're going to begin by looking at the letters Y and D. And stick with me because this is actually something that we're going to use for constructing both the upper and lower leg from the front view. So let's start off our discussion by going ahead and creating a pelvis. Use my brush tool. I'll represent the pelvis like so. And I'll pick a different color so I can show you how this will play out. The Y will always be on the inner part of the thigh, and the D will be on the outside part. We're going to then have our kneecap. We'll have another Y and another D, but this D is going to have a less pronounced curve. And this will actually represent the calf muscle here. And then we can draw the foot. We'll do this on the opposite side. Y, D, kneecap. And then we'll have another letter Y, D. And this time we'll just alter the positioning of the foot. So we've got our basic structure. Let's now put this into practice with some other front-facing poses. And we can apply this to a 3/4 view front as well. So I'll just draw a pelvis at a 3/4 front angle. I'll draw the letter Y, D. And this time I'll have the foot kind of behind. It's almost like you can't really see the lower leg. And I'll have a Y. And then there's a little bit less pronounced curve on this D. Y and D. And then we've got the other foot. So the Y's are always on the inside for this front view, and the D's are always on the outside, the curved part of the D. This applies to both male and female anatomy. So if I were to draw a female character, just like pelvis, we have Y, kneecap, Y. And a good rule of thumb is you want to make the lower legs look a little bit longer. Y, D. And again, I'm going through it in a very simplified context here. So you have something that you can practice and work with. And again, these are representing the calf muscles here. And what this does is this gives the legs a less symmetric look. They're not just simply cylinders, although a lot of folks will talk about using cylinders to draw things like thighs and the lower leg. And that's perfectly fine. I typically use this method myself when I'm trying to explain it in very, very basic terms, using tapered cylinders for representing the top part of the leg and then the bottom part of the leg. But let's say that you want to go beyond that kind of mannequin type of look. The Y and the D method, I think, can be very, very helpful. We'll do just a few more here, just so that you can kind of see me working through this. Let's do one where we have a person that is essentially sitting down. So I've got this pelvis here, and you know what? I'll just actually flip the view to where they're sitting down like so. And maybe their leg is outstretched. So we have Y, D. And then this is going to be the Y is actually going to be on the inside part of the thigh, right? And the D is going to be up here. Got our kneecap, Y, D. And then let's make this leg we'll extend this leg out. So the kneecap is actually up above. We have our Y, we have our D, and then we have the other foot. So this foot is actually kind of outstretched. And then we have that representation of that calf muscle. And, I realize that this is not drilling into any kind of anatomy, but this is just something that if you're just wanted to get started and you don't know how to begin, or you're getting frustrated with the way that your characters are looking a little bit stiff, think about utilizing that Y and D. We'll do one more here. Let's do one where a character is actually getting ready to do like some kind of a kick of some type. So we'll switch the pelvis to the different direction here. Y, D, kneecap, Y, D, Y and D, Y and D, and then we'll have the foot kind of come out like this, connect the calf muscle, and now we've got, a character that looks like there's some volume to this character. There's actually a sense of form to the character. So if you found this video to be helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up so other folks can find it. As always, thank you for your support. Check out my brush pack. I'm using my shaved ice brush, which you can get as part of a set of brushes for under 10 bucks. If you want to support the channel, that would be great. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. See ya.